Hello everyone and welcome to a video covering all of the things we learned at Minecraft Live March 2025, the first of two Minecraft Lives this year. We got to learn about the next drop of Minecraft, which might be known as Ghastly Summer, and also Spring to Life, the first drop of this year, which comes out in a couple of days. The show itself was jam-packed with lots of gorgeous B-roll and promotional footage, and of course, if anything in this video interests you, it is a recap, so you can go in the description box below to find the full video of the Minecraft Live event. At the beginning of the show, we got to learn what the game drop strategy is for the rest of the year. It's now been confirmed that there's going to be 4 of these this year, as well as 2 Minecraft Live shows, which we already knew about. But thanks to these visuals that we've got here, if we were to overlap these calendars, you can see that after this Minecraft Live event, we're going to get 1 drop. And it looks like the strategy will be the same for the show that they do in October. So this aligns with the spring, summer, autumn, and winter drop strategy. You might also notice there are some numbers written on Jeb's whiteboard. However, I think these are just visual aids and nothing to be read too much into. So following that, we got to learn the name of the first drop of this year, which is Spring to Life, and it's coming out March the 25th, which is just 3 days away, and that's a Tuesday. It'll be released across all platforms. This is the update that we've experienced a lot of already through the snapshots released earlier this year. It includes the decorative blocks like leaf litter, wildflowers, the firefly bush, the regular bush, and the cactus flower, as well as the grass variants found in desert biomes. There are of course the new mob variants for cows, chickens, and pigs. They're warm and cold variants, which can be found in the hotter climate biomes and the cold ones respectively. This update also focused on adding a lot of new sounds, and we got to learn that the wolf variant sounds are actually dogs, which were recorded during a visit to a daycare center. The update also has a focus on ambient desert sounds, allowing players to manipulate the sound of the environment around them by placing and removing particular blocks. The spawn eggs got retextured so that you could actually tell them apart from one another, because of course they keep adding more mobs to the games and the colors on the old system are starting to get a little too similar to one another. The lodestone had its recipe updated, so it's much friendlier for a player to craft, as it now needs an iron ingot instead of a netherite ingot. Cartographers also got new maps which would help you navigate between the different biomes found in a Minecraft world. And let us not forget the Wandering Trader, which also had many of its trades updated too. The show, however, came with this absolutely amazing element animation. The humor here is spot on. The music was great too, and there was even a heavy metal section, which I 100% approve of, and if there is any reason to go back and watch the VOD of Minecraft Live, it is definitely this section right here. I enjoyed this a heck of a lot, I reckon you will too. After this, we were treated to an exclusive scene preview from the Minecraft movie, but what you're looking at right now isn't the movie, of course. It's a Minecraft Live event heavily themed around the movie. This is probably taking place on the Bedrock platform where these events usually take place. It looks like a lot of fun, and it takes place until April the 7th. There are a bunch of quests that you have to complete, and if you do that, you can get your hands on a fancy new cape design. And considering that the capes are now seamless between Java and Bedrock, I'm going to assume that you'll be able to bring it over to the Java edition too. But yeah, if you've got Bedrock and you're looking to have some fun, it starts on Tuesday and runs until April the 7th. Now, the next announcement revolves around something the art team have been working on for a long time. They actually first joined the game back in the World of Color update, and this is essentially going to be official shaders for Minecraft. It's going to be known as Vibrant Visuals. We can see the slider going from left to right here and showing us what the game looks like with and without those shaders applied. Now, we got a lot of examples of this in action, so while we see some of that footage, I'll run over some of the key details you might want to know. First of all, I'm pretty sure all of the footage that you're seeing was filmed in Bedrock edition of the game. Bedrock is going to see this vibrant visuals update, which will probably not be a game drop, but something that comes out alongside it. We're going to see that come out in a couple of months. As for Java, they said that they're still figuring out how to do it, but they plan to bring this to Java as well. So we can probably expect it to take a lot longer to come around to this edition of the game. However, we've seen lots of the infrastructure needed in place, like emissive particles, for this vibrant visuals thing to work on Java. So I think we will get it eventually, but it's just been easier for them to implement on Bedrock first. One of the key features they pointed out and put some attention on were that shadows are actually pixel aligned. So obviously Minecraft is a pixelated game and the shaders kind of contrast that. So they've made this shader system so that shadows actually align visually with the pixels on blocks, which I think is a really cool attention to detail thing. You can also see that this works with the sunlight reflecting off the water too, which can create some interesting visual artifacts in a way. But overall, I really like this. I'm not too keen on the emissive textures in the deep dark, and as someone who doesn't normally like shaders, it feels like they've approached this in a really Minecrafty way, and it'll be a lot of fun to see our worlds with these default shaders on. Which I should point out, it's an option to play with it and it's not a requirement. So if you're playing multiplayer, one of you can have this on and another player can have it off. All right, now it's time for the big one. What's going to be in the next Minecraft drop? Well, there is a theme being established here that these drops revolve around existing Minecraft features, revisiting them and enriching them. And this one revolves around a new block linked to a mob that's been in the game for a long time. You can find this in the Soul Sand Valley, located at Bone Fossils, and it is the dried Ghast. Yes, this almost cute, weird-looking block is a new feature that you can find and pick up. I don't think it actually does anything in this state. It's not alive, it doesn't move anywhere, but it is essentially a dehydrated Ghast that has been sapped of all of its water. So you, the player, will have to seek these out and mine this block. And we get a little preview of what it looks like in the inventory here. But you have to take it to the overworld because it's in the overworld that you can get water and you can start to hydrate this dried Ghast block, which takes 20 in-game minutes of time to then grow up into a Ghastling. It emits green particles to show you that it's slowly growing up, and its face will actually slowly turn into a smile while it does that. But eventually it hatches into the Ghastling, which is unbelievably cute and adorable. It looks like it's about a block and a half big. It's got a sweet smile. It's got those pinkish looking gills on the side of it. And it comes with some cute sounds, as you can imagine. Its behavior is player friendly too. It will either follow a player or a nearby mob until it gets bored. So it won't be difficult to stop this thing from flying away, as it will be attracted to the player. And it's friendly. It's not going to spit out fireballs. In fact, it likes snowballs. And these snowballs can be used to grow the Ghastling into a happy Ghast, because we are yet to see it in its fullest form. That's right, a friendly Ghast that can live in the overworld. I am assuming this is the same size as the one in the Nether, but as you can see, it's got a big, beautiful smile. And what is absolutely wild about this mob is that it can be ridden by the player, but not just one player. You can actually fit up to 4 players on top of this Ghast. You craft a saddle using glass, wool, and leather. You can put that on top of the happy Ghast, and then you can fly on top of it across the overworld, which is an absolutely amazing mid-game flight option because, of course, the Elytra is endgame, and it's got a couple of other really powerful features too. We will cover more details in a moment because this ties into the new location bar that we recently learned about. This is a bar that appears above your XP meter so that you can locate other players in a world. And as you can imagine, this will tie in nicely with the Ghast if you're flying through the skies looking for your friends. You can look at where the XP meter is and you can see indicators for the other players who can then join you on your flying Ghast. I genuinely think this might be one of the best features we've had added in a while because it's going to be useful for other things too, like building. You can actually stand on top of the Ghast and park it. So if you want to build on the underside of buildings or create things in the sky, you've got a movable platform to stand on and you can bring your friends along with you at the same time. I think it's all just pretty fantastic. So yeah, dried Ghast from the Nether, take it to the overworld, turn it into a Ghastling, and then grow it up into a happy Ghast that you can ride. Now they also shared some footage of this with the Vibrant Vigils turned on, so let's check that out for a moment while we talk about a couple of other little details. So the harness recipe included blue wool, and then the harness on the Ghast was blue, and it reminded me of how you can put different carpets on llamas, and that's actually a feature for these Ghasts. You can give them a different color harness. There was a post-Minecraft live show called Deep Dig, and in that we actually got to see the lime saddle in action. So here's what a happy Ghast looks like with a lime saddle on. So this of course means we're going to get 16 variants of the Ghast saddle. The goggles that go over the eyes of the happy Ghast, they also come up when the players are no longer riding it and standing on top of the Ghast, like they're doing in this animation, yet here the goggles actually stayed on. We actually saw this earlier just for a brief moment, which I've slowed down to show you again. And if you're wondering about can you breed this Ghast to create faster speed ones, currently it's not breedable for speed stats, so they'll all travel at the same speed. Also, during this animation, the term Ghastly Summer was dropped, possibly as the name of the drop, although that is currently speculation. I do think that would make a great name for the next Minecraft drop. So going back to the Deep Dig after show, they did a little showcase of the location bar in action, but I noticed something here. There's a doggy-shaped sherd. And this, I think, might be something coming in the next drop, or maybe it's a Bedrock feature, but it's definitely not in Java Edition. I went and checked, so we're possibly getting a new doggy sherd. So that, my friends, is all of the details that I got from this year's Minecraft live event, and I say this year, there'll be another one later this year, so make sure you subscribe to catch that. And you'll also be able to get my snapshot coverage of these new features from the new drop, as they're going to be coming out soon. So yeah. Make sure you're subscribed and definitely leave a comment and let me know what you think of these new features, because I think they're amazing and I think the Minecraft community is going to really like them. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.